in real life events are an awesome time for Kongs to be able to share, bond with each other. It's literally like a family reunion. So awesome to be here. Let's see what else. At the end of ETH Denver, we started talking about NFT LA, which is going to be at the end of March. So anybody who didn't make it to ETH Denver, let's start working on the next one. We'll have more information coming up. So be ready for that if you're out on the West Coast or if you're anywhere in the world and you want to hang with the Kongs. Should be an awesome time as always. And we had what I would consider a pretty big announcement yesterday with the Play and Collect game. We're going live March 3rd, the 1-year anniversary of CyberKongz. So really, really exciting stuff. I imagine there's going to be a lot of questions regarding it. So I think let's get into it. One of the things, just for anybody here who didn't catch the announcement, one of the things that you should be aware of if you're a Genesis Kong, ideally you want to claim your banana before, I'm going to use East Coast time, but I want to say it's 7 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, which I think is 0000 UTC on the 29th. If I'm wrong on that, I apologize. They also announced today, if you're not able to claim, there will be a Merkle tree to be able to claim afterwards. But you may be giving up up to 10 bananas in crumbs, which I don't particularly consider crumbs. So, we've got the banana, the V1 to the V2 swap that's going to be happening shortly after the claim period. And then we're going into the game. So I think we should get right into some of the questions here. Let's see who we've got lined up. LV, if you are there and you want to talk, come on up. LV, in case you couldn't hear, you may have been connecting and maybe lost some audio. You are up, my friend.
Hey, how are you? Are you able to hear me now?
Yes. Yep. I got you.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just on my phone right now. So, I'm just wanted to make sure you could hear me. I'm basically new to the space. Just been looking at NFTs and everything. A friend of mine told me about the CyberKongz. And the one thing that interested me the most with the CyberKongz and the kaijus and everything, that this is an NFT that you can buy to make passive income while owning the NFT. And then this is supposed to help you get on alpha and whitelist as well.
Yeah, so
if I'm asking the right question. Yeah.
Absolutely. No, and thank you.
Sure.
We don't like to consider it passive income. Banana is the utility token for the CyberKongz ecosystem. The fact that people trade it elsewhere and that, peg a value to it is not the goal or priority for what's being built here. Okay. The goal is to have an ecosystem where banana is actually used, it's utilized. It's not just, a mechanism for transferring value. And so, before that was breeding the baby CyberKongz, baby Kongs. And now with the upcoming Play to Collect, we're going to be using bananas to allow ourselves to go on more adventure runs. But yeah, holding these assets absolutely gives you access to amazing alpha and whitelist opportunities and, different members of the community and things like that.
And as somebody that would be new to your project, do you have any recommendations on where to start with the project to gain future growth?
Yeah, I mean, Henry, you want to take this?
Well, you know what? I bet we would come up with the same answer. I always find Discord is a great place to start getting information. In the Discord, we have some awesome pinned messages that talk about, we have extensive threads that holders have posted, that go into the mechanics of banana, that go into Wall Street Kongs, that go into WGK, which is fractionalized Genesis Kongs, and just being able to engage with the holders to ask, when I say simple questions, when you're entering our ecosystem, there's a little bit to it. It's not just like you own a profile picture. There's mechanics to it. There's an ecosystem, and coming in and asking people about our ecosystem is, to me, one of the best places to start. We also have previously recorded spaces, AMAs from our Discord that you can listen to. There's some podcasts that Inverted has done with Bankless. So there's a lot of resources, but sometimes coming into Discord to just ask the basic questions of what is a VX? What's a baby? What's a Genesis? To me, that's a good starting place. What do you think, Boggs?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say, would be to check out the docs, CyberKongz Medium, as well as drop in, come to the Verified Lounge in the Discord, a great place, tons of helpful people that can provide, a lot of answers and insights into, the entire ecosystem.
And in order to, I'm sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. So in order to generate the bananas for your ecosystem, don't you have to be a cyber the biggest Kong? I forgot what it's called, but it's like it's the one like that your team has all the way to the left of me, the guys before you.
The Genesis.
Yeah, absolutely. Banana. Yeah, that's a Genesis Kong. So Genesis Kongs are the only CyberKongs that generate banana, and they generate 10 banana per day. Baby Kongs, which are, came from Genesis Kongs, those will be generating shards. And after 10 days, or whenever you have 10 shards, you'll be able to combine those into one Charmz. So Baby Kongs will be yielding their own asset now, too.
Oh, okay. Very, very good to hear. Okay. Thank you very much for letting me speak. You guys were
thanks for coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
And seriously, join the Discord. We're all there to help. Really welcoming, warm community. That's one thing I think a lot of people say about the Kongs.
Yeah, okay, good.
Very welcoming.
That's amazing, because I know that in order to get involved in the space, it's good to be a part of a really good community and an alpha community as well. I have liquid to invest. I just want to make sure that I invest with the right group that could help me benefit and help me grow in the future of this NFT space.
Awesome. I think you'll find that you'll like it. Yeah. So come on in, get to know us, and then if you like us, I think you'll find you might want to join us, but definitely we'll be looking for you in the Discord. I hang out in Monkey Business quite a bit. That's sort of our landing page, if you will. So feel free to come in. Some people come into the Discord and they think, because they've heard things about our alpha group, that, oh, nobody's really chatting in here. Well, I don't think everybody realizes we gate Wall Street Kongs and our verified channel. So a lot of the chat is happening behind the scenes, and Monkey Business is really our place to give information to people like you that are wanting to get information on the community. So I'll definitely be looking for you in there.
Honestly, that is very, very comforting, knowing that I'm speaking to team members at the moment right now, and that you are active in the Discord, and the community is welcoming to newcomers like myself if I decide to invest with you guys, which I'm pretty bullish on at the moment. So if I if I buy the NFT, like a baby, for example, because that's, pretty new compared to the Genesis, and that will be creating an ecosystem as well with their own utility. If I'm speaking correctly, I will be able to hang out with you guys in the Monkey Business chats and learn and gain knowledge.
Absolutely. And not just Monkey Business, but depending on what type of CyberKongz NFT you get, VX Kongs get access to our verified chat along with some other channels. Babies get access. Babies and Genesis Kongs get access to our alpha group. And then Genesis Kongs have a separate channel, which is for Genesis Kongs, where in reality, it's just like a lounge. So yes, if you come in our Discord, all of us, everybody that's talking here, Boggs, Inverted, we're all active in the chat. So not only can you talk to us in spaces, you can talk to us in the Discord.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to be looking for you in the Discord. that'll be definitely more comforting if I could, because I don't want to keep up everybody's time on this chat. I know there's a bunch of people who have questions like myself. I'm definitely going to join the Discord, and I hope I could speak with you a little more. And I'm pretty bullish right now on the idea of your project because I like the alphas and the benefits that I think I can gain from the group as well.
Absolutely, man. Well, thank you. Honestly, thanks for coming up, and we will see you in the Discord. The name is B. You are up, my
The
friend.
name is Seb or Sebastian. Thanks for having me on, boys. I came really late to the chat, and I just overheard you guys say a game. I'm not sure what the game is, but just out of sheer curiosity, seeing that there's however many, I think it was 10,000 Kongs. Is the game going to have a function where other NFT projects are going to be implemented and be able to play the game as well with you guys? Like, for example, Nifty League or Kaijus or anything like that. What's your take on that? And would you want to build the ecosystem to rather just have 10,000 plus also the baby apes to be able to expand that community and that ecosystem for you guys?
Yeah, so I'll take that one. Thanks for coming up, first of all. Definitely always appreciate the questions and the enthusiasm. The big thing to remember is that this is definitely a V1 of the play and collect system for us. So we are making sure to keep it intra-system with our kind of utilization of all three of our current assets, being the Genesis, 1,000 of those, 4,000 of the babies, and then 15,000 of the VX, all kind of in their own way. More than welcome to check out the documents or ask something specific. But the big thing to remember is that this system is built with a lot of knobs and dials in order to kind of curtail and customize the future, right? So this is, again, just a V1. So initially, no, we're not going to be like accepting other collections, things like that, as far as like access to it. But, in the future, anything's possible.
Yeah, sweet. Thank you so much for having me on. I'll step off and let other people ask questions. Have a good one.
Yeah, you as well. Thank you for coming up. Okay, Super Cryptic, you're next, my friend.
Hey guys, how's it going? Appreciate this.
Going well. Absolutely. Thanks for coming up.
Okay, so I got a couple of questions, guys. First of all, when should we bridge? Because I was reading through the documentation talking about bridging over to Poly. Should we do that on the 3rd, or can we do that now? Because I'm not sure, we got a website to go to yet. And then the second question I had is, can you give us a few tips for some of us who might only have like VXs? What's going to be the best gameplay for us? Because obviously we're not going to have, some of us going to be a bit short of funds to buy things like relics and things like that. So what is it? We just use a fuel rod and just do a run every day? Is that going to be our best gameplay? Or, if you can give us some tips and some guidance for people who might be a little bit lower down the food chain or only got VXs, because I'm sure there's quite a few people in that boat.
Of course, yeah. Great question. I mean, it's one of those that, I've tried to speak to a couple of times in the Discord when we do like AMAs in there. And it comes up often because, it is one of those things where, people want to know. And the biggest thing that I always like to go to is the game theory of how you spend your Kongium in the end is really what matters, regardless of how many VX, you start with. The idea being that someone with, someone who's been here since day one, like myself, has, a number of them. It's one of those where I'm personally going to be focused on leveling up initially, which leaves opportunity for, we'll say, smaller stacks to then go into things like the seasonal banana pool, where my Kongium, for example, would not be able to be allocated. And then as seasons go on and, NFTs become available through not only the treasury, but also like the minting process, it's one of those where, the combination of all that, along with the fact of the events that happen, those are things that we can tune to that maybe a season or a couple seasons or in general, we can set an event that says, if you're running with a solo VX under level 5, there's this huge bonus. Maybe that ends up becoming the meta because people figure that out. So it's one of those where, people with 1 to 2 VX or whatnot, maybe actually getting an advantage for a duration, not even, know it unless they're like doing the due diligence to run the numbers and all that. But that's kind of the beauty of the system in a long-winded answer is that there is no right or wrong way to play this. It's all about kind of how it best suits you.
And Inverted, I think it was him that had asked, when do you think VX bridge will start?
Oh, apologies. Yeah. So the bridging, as far as that, right now we're just having everybody get their kind of banana sorted and get those gathered up so that we can do that transition. And then ideally the third on, everything will be done via the website in the game.
Perfect. Okay, I think our next question comes from Ongo. How are you?
Good, man. How are you guys?
Doing awesome. Great to see you here. What
Yes, sir.
What can we answer for you?
What's up, Inverted? Miss you, buddy. My
Miss you too,
question
sir.
is my question I asked in Genesis Hall, but I figured it would be good to ask here since you have so many listeners. Just curious for some of the guys that have Genesis VX babies. I read some of the articles, but would be nice to know your guys' thoughts. What you think is the optimal ratio of Genesis to babies to VX to have for P2K? I'm just curious what your thoughts are on that.
Oof, that's a big question.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be kind of a personal aspect as far as whether you're looking to I'm one of those where I like to have all the avenues covered. So I'm going to try and have like a team of 1, a team of 2, a team of 3 type things. And then also at the same time have 1 at each level. Because leveling up is optional, it's one of those that, I think that in the future, Owl's going to throw some twists in there and put some, crazy stuff later on for like level 1s or level 2s or, people who are low experience as he's spamming the 100%. So there's lots of things to consider. And that's why I always just try and say that, there's really no wrong way to play it. It really is, the future of our minting experience. And, like we did with the babies, it's a slow roll type situation.
Sure.
And, keeps it interesting and more fun. And so I don't, I know that's not an answer you're looking for, but I like to kind of have all my bases covered. So I don't really know that there is a right or wrong answer for that.
Sure. No, that helps though. That definitely helps. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and one point to add, I think we should maybe detour for a second to talk about the update to Charmz. So Charmz originally were going to last for 5 days. And in the last announcement, there was an update to that. So I wonder if it's worth having a little bit of a conversation. Maybe Owl could not answer the question, but let's talk about the difference between what Charmz were going to do before, how long they were going to last, and what they look like now.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, so we pushed it last month, and then we were pretty confident with how Charmz were. But after doing a bit of internal testing and also hearing what people have to say, it didn't make too much sense to have them last for 5 days, because there could have been some abuse and people thinking using a charm doesn't make sense, because it would only make sense if you could like spam a huge amount of runs within the 5 days. And so it kind of made it a bit irrelevant, for people that were doing fuel runs. And so at the end of the day, we at Kongs Lab, we came up with this new HP system. So the idea here is that it's kind of like durability. So Charmz will have a specific amount of durability, and every time you're going to do a run, whether it's a fuel run or a nana cost run, you'll be losing some of this durability. and when it reaches 0, the charm is broken, and then you'll need to activate a new one. This makes it so that it lasts as long as you want, as long as you don't use it. So there's no, oh shit, I'm not going to be here for the next few days, I can't use it. No, it'll be here sitting waiting for you, so it's all good. And then once it's done, you get a new one, and so everyone feels they have good use. We did have this little tweak where Nana runs, when you use the bananas, will basically destroy less of the charm over time. And the fuel rods will consume more of this durability. So that's the only thing. So it's a slight advantage for people that use nano runs, but overall, we feel that it's the better approach, and we'll keep on getting data over time, and we'll tweak those numbers. And there's a thing that is really cool, is that if one day we have an event like a Kong event that lasts for a week, all the durability costs will go down, so charms will last longer, for example, during those events, which is a little nice taste, and everyone likes more value out of things. So here you go. Hopefully this is the way forward with those new charm mechanics.
I really like that word, durability, and I like how you guys are able to, when I say tweak the mechanics, I don't mean that in a negative way. I like that you heard some of the feedback on Charmz and that you were able to tweak that. It sounds awesome. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there was already a bit of a scarcity issue with Charmz per season when they were only going to last for 5 days. Now the scarcity is almost like further reduced. Is that concept right?
Yeah, well, it looks like it's, before then it was assuming people would always want 100% uptime. But if people felt they wouldn't be getting the most value, then people would stop using them and just try to sell it. And then this is where the things would start creeping up. So now that things just last as long as they're not being used, it's all about efficiency of play, where you won't play maybe for 9 days, and then you'll have all those runs ready, and you can just play all those games, and then the charm's durability will rapidly decrease over the course of your day of playing. But then there you go. It just feels better overall, and it looks like it would be the same outcome. Like it would still be a shortage as long as people keep on playing those charms, using those charms. But we will put the incentive of you'll need charms to get really the best experience out of the system, where some items or some secret stuff that maybe we'll announce later as in sometime in the future, where if you don't have a charm running, then you're missing out on that extra juice. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, we love owl leaks, by the way, so feel free at any point in the space. And we love inverted leaks too.
Too good.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's also the we've also mentioned the crafting aspect for the future as well. So that's something to keep in mind for charms and potentials there as well. We don't typically stop with kind of one layer on things. So.
Okay, I'm going to hit you for some deeper info on that here in a second, because that's interesting to me, if you want to go that deep. Abasi, I don't know if I said your name wrong. Apologize if I did, but you've been patiently waiting. How are you?
How you guys doing, Kongs? Hope you guys are having a good weekend, man. I'm doing well. Sunday
Awesome.
here, chilling at home with my dog.
Good deal, man. Yeah, thank you for coming up. What can we answer for you?
The VX was like one of my first NFTs, and gave me learned a lot about the ecosystem. Met a lot of good Kongs. And I'm priced out of the Genesis, and the CyberKongz, the babies. Currently right now they look very attractive to me. And maybe this question has been answered in the Discord, and I'm not just that active there. But I wanted to get a little bit more understanding around the utility of the babies with the shards and the charms. And then is that what is also the play to collect inside the game, or is are we getting the same charms in the game, or is that a separate token with inside the game?
Yeah, sweet. So babies definitely right now. I mean, just looking from a fundamental perspective, like from NFT values, you're looking at a 4,000 collection. So, and I think there's only like 150 listed. So we're already looking at a nice little, very little available as far as the market for babies goes. And thus far, the utility for babies has been access to Wall Street Kongs, where you have, your DeFi channel and your shitcoins channel and your talk about other chains and play to earn and Axie and all that stuff. But now with play to collect, what is going to be happening is babies are going to be generating charms, and they'll be generating shards every day, and then you'll combine those to create a charm. And these charms, there are three different tiers of them, or rarities, you could say. And each one basically just acts as a modifier on adventures to the amount that you could potentially earn on those adventures. So you, as a holder of a baby Kong, could choose to utilize those charms by, actually employing them on your own adventures, boosting your yield. Or, you could be a charm mogul. You could be selling your charms on the open market to people who want to use them on adventures. It's really up to you to decide how you want to go about it. But they also, they also give you access to events within the adventures. There's a lot that's going to be going on with the charms, and we're only just touching the tip of what could happen. It's even, there's even a potential, charms could be craftable items in the future. There's so much that they can do with charms that we're only really just getting started. But basically, babies are going to be yielding now. And up to this point, everyone's always talked about, Genesis yielding and Genesis utility. Well, here's the baby on the way. So yeah, that's what I could say there.
Awesome. So the charms is the main function within the play to collect, all right? So as a baby, you have that advantage of earning a charm every 10 days.
Yeah, that's right. So as a baby, the charms will be utilized in play to collect, or, they are transferable, NFTs. So you could list them, sell them, trade them, whatever you want. But yeah, the utility for them is housed within play to collect.
Does that help answer your question?
That doesn't. Sorry, I'm going to end it with the simple one. The charm, that NFT that comes in, is that an airdrop, or is that something you have to go onto like the website and collect and pay gas on?
Yes. So what happens is you collect the shards on F, and then you use the in-browser bridge to transfer them to Poly, and then you mint using the shards. You will mint a charm. And then that will actually be the NFT that you can then attach to a team and then have the benefits from. And that's also outlined in the documents, and we'll be doing some run-throughs and things like that in the Discord, and trying to get some streams going to show people what's going on as well.
All right, thank you guys for answering my question, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the Wall Street Kong soon.
Of course, yeah. Thanks for coming up, man. Great question.
Yeah, absolutely. And keep in mind, this gameplay, I don't want to say it revolves around Kongium. While Kongium is not transferable, it is a pretty major part of the ecosystem. So when you're doing these adventure runs with your VX, you're collecting Kongium along with EXP, but the Kongium that you collect, the amount of Kongium you collect is really going to be based on the level of your VX, whether or not you have a charm applied to your team. And that Kongium is what you can use to play the banana prize pool. The banana prize pool, which is basically a pool every season that people can allocate their Kongium to get basically a fractionalized share of the banana prize pool. But you also get to use that Kongium to get in-game assets through the seasonal treasury. So to the gentleman who had said before, hey, I have one VX, I don't have babies that are making shards, you can still either buy the charms off of OpenSea, or there may be some that are in the seasonal treasury that you can use your Kongium for. So there's tons and tons of options for people who have one VX. You get your free run every day using your fuel rod. But if you pick up some banana, if you decide you want to play some banana runs at 0.4 banana per VX per run, you will collect the Kongium, which you can use to be able to pick up things like Charmz, possibly NFTs during the special events. It's a really awesome ecosystem. I'm not a gamer, and I've said this the whole time to the team. Like, I'm super impressed with how understandable it is to somebody who's not a hardcore gamer like me. I get it, and I think I understood it fairly quick. It's not so deep that you have to be a hardcore gamer to enjoy it, but it's not so simple that you're just sitting there like, this is dumb. It's a really fun concept, and there's some cool strategies involved. So, with that being said, VGMV, you're up, my friend.
What's up, guys? Can you guys hear me?
Welcome. We can.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for hosting the space, man. I just wanted to say on behalf of all of the layer 2 maxis, as far as like the smalls are concerned, we appreciate you guys making the headway. One of the biggest things we're trying to endeavor on is play to earn gaming, a lot of questing and things of that nature. And we've taken a tremendous amount of inspiration from you guys. I just wanted to come up and thank you guys for hosting the space. And I will leave you with a question. So we're in the very early stages of developing play to earn gaming over in the Smallverse. And I noticed with your guys' VK project, VX project, it looks amazing. I'm looking at the 3D images, and just the way you guys are able to do that is awesome. My question for you guys is, when a new ecosystem introduces a play to earn gaming system like how you guys are kind of doing right now, what are some of the biggest hurdles that you have to get over? What were some of the biggest challenges, and any advice you can give to a new project trying to endeavor on that same path?
Yes, I think the first great question, first of all, and thank you for coming up. The first big thing to address is that it is not a play to earn game. It is a play to collect. So with a play to earn, there's we'll say, end route of the system is the token that you start with. And that's not basically the big thing here. You can earn banana, but there is no per se like calculatable way, because there's always the potential that someone could add more Kongium to the pool and change things. It's really coming down to the gamified minting experience that we're doing here. So just as far as that as a clarification, and I think that's probably the biggest thing to hit on. So I'm not exactly sure how best to answer it after that. Maybe Owl has something to add here.
Yeah, I mean, this is more of a general type of thing about play to earn, not just because, as Inverted was saying, we're not particularly aiming to do play to earn. It's a very hard task to do, and if you go into this route, I mean, this may be a bit kind of a brutal take, but the whole space is all about extraction right now. Every project, everyone that goes into a project is, yo, can I get in? If I can't, I go out and find the next project, which is a bit sad. And I think this is one of the things that we're truly trying to push out and weed out. And one thing that is very hard as a dev working in this space is trying to make a system that is fair and where things move and value is transacted. A sign of a good economy is an economy where things move quickly. If you hold things, there's going to be some issues, and then also it can't be one way. It's got to be continuously kind of like water in a boiling pan. It keeps on flowing and flowing, and it's hard to do. And this is not necessarily what we are aiming right now. But that's probably something you would be aiming to do if you're doing this play to earn game. But yeah, play and collect is all about creating a foundation for us to keep on building and building this specific brand of CK. We want to give people an identity, something they are happy and proud to be wearing and holding and enjoying themselves with. If one day we do come with a game, then it'll be something that's organic. But right now, it's play to earn is a very big endeavor, and we're trying to push innovation in various ways. So, yeah.
I also think kind of just to add another point to further the concept of, like with babies and, a third of the VX, for example, those were all generated by our holders. We've only ever collected a total of, I think, 710 ETH, 10 ETH from the Genesis sale and 700 from the VX sale. So it's one of those where, this is kind of the continuation of our ethos with that, where with the play to collect system, it's not that, we're pumping out new collection after new collection, but it gives us a distribution method where instead our holders can discover them.
Awesome, man. Thank you guys for answering the question, man. That was really helpful. And I hope that I have the ability to DM some of you guys and ask some questions further. I'm really interested in your guys' take, especially because you guys are so far along in this now. But in the meantime, I'll step down, man. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And also, too, for the Kongs up here, if you want, man, I do run a few different projects. I would like to give you guys whitelist, but that's not an ad or anything. I'm not going to say which one or anything like that. But I greatly appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, thanks for your time, man, and always welcome to stop in the Discord, submit a support ticket, and talk to us about some whitelist stuff.
Awesome, dude. Thank you guys again.
By the way, Owl and Inverted, those were two awesome answers that really, even though you weren't really just speaking to the ethos of our system, it did. And, to Inverted's point, this project has done so much. I don't want to say with so little, that sounds bad. But you guys have done so much to continue to add value to the holders, and it kind of blows my mind being in other projects and seeing how far we've come, 1 year to be from minting on OpenSea for 0.01 ETH to now with this play and collect game coming out, which is really innovative. I just think it's awesome. So great answers. Tony Bravado.
Just before, I just want to say, and just to follow up on you there, Henry, we don't need 17 million to build things. We just build them. We don't need to prepare some stuff, and we also don't need to steal. Actually, not steal, but buy assets from the Unity asset store. Those are things that we do in home and we think about. So, we're very proud of doing all those things.
Oomen, yeah, oomen, man. I know you have worked really hard.
We love you, Al. Oomen.
How's everyone doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Shout out to Inverted, man. He's a good guy. I met him at Eve Denver. He's a great guy. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Inverted and thank you guys for letting me join you guys' space. I've been in you guys' Discord too, but I just came here just to wish you all like CyberKongz the best. And I see my friend down there, Justin. I don't know if you guys can let Justin up for a second. Because we want to give you guys something for your community. But can someone let Justin up for a second? I don't know if y'all see him down there for 1 second.
Let me. What's his name? Somebody, maybe if he could request, it might be a little bit easier.
Okay.
What's up, Tony B? Pleasure meeting you as well, sir.
Doing good, bro?
Oh yeah, always. Finally got over some Denver sickness and doing all good now.
Same, I had the flu. Thank God it wasn't COVID, but I had the flu for a while. But yeah, Justin's good now. What's going on, Justin?
What's happening? Thanks for bringing me up. Huge fan of the Kongs. I gotta say, I met several of you guys at Denver, Eat Denver. Holy smokes, you represent big time. And I gotta say, you know how to party. Super fun. What a crew. Just incredibly impressed and inspired by what you've done. So we got another project, Valiant, that we've been working on, which is a big comic brand, the third largest comic brand in the world. We wanted to gift you an NFT for your community and see if there's an opportunity to collab, because we're just tremendous fans of what you guys have done. And, we'd love the opportunity to work with you, and maybe there's an opportunity to make a physical comic for the Kongs, which would be a blast. We've been doing it for many years, and we just want to be able to share and give to your community, because your community is sensational.
Of course, yeah, I appreciate that, guys. Obviously appreciate having you up and everything you guys have done for the space as well. We'd be more than happy to accept that, and maybe even throw it in the P&K system and see who can get that. But yeah, I mean, best spot, honestly, like I mentioned earlier, is hop in the Discord, do a support ticket, shoot me a tag, and we're always happy to chat and see what we can work out.
Dope. Let's go.
Let's do it. Inverted. Make sure you DM me that too, so I can go ahead and make that possible. But I just want to wish everyone in the CyberKongz much love, much respect. Keep doing what you're doing. I can't wait to see this game And my kids going to be playing it. My cousins are going to be playing it. Y'all incredible people. Keep doing what you guys do. All love.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, guys.
Mr. C, my good friend, Mr. C, how are you?
Good evening, guys. How are you doing? How are you doing, Henry?
Yeah, doing good, man. Great to see you.
I've got a two-parter, very quick. But the first one, I just want to know how long Inverted worked with 50 Cent on the Super Bowl halftime show, because he come in hanging upside down. So that must have been influenced by Inverted.
Oh, dude, that's good.
Oh, I missed. What did you? I missed the connection.
The 50 Cent Super Bowl halftime show. He come in hanging upside down.
Oh my gosh.
He did.
No, I hadn't even thought about that. Yeah, that's amazing.
Sorry, man. No, but my real question was around Friday coming. I know you've got Bite Fest with Mutant Batz. So just how you guys are feeling about that, because it's going to be pretty exciting. The apes done pretty well. Obviously Alien Friends and some of the
I
other
hate
guys,
NFTs, bro. I
the
fucking
Kongs are
hate
really
NFTs.
good,
I fucking hate.
Yeah, you know what, Mr. C? That is a great point. So Friday, maybe the date's wrong, March 4th, the crypto bats are going to be able to bite Kongs to produce a mutant Kong bat. And I know, like, personally, I'm excited. I think it's going to be really cool. They've gone through all of their other, they haven't gone through all of their other projects, but they made CyberKongz the grand finale. So on Friday, it'll be available.
Oh, rugged.
Oh no! I gotta.
No.
Crypto Bats had a lot of respect.
Oh, he's back. You got rugged there, mate. Can you repeat that?
Oh, yeah. I was just saying I thought it was really cool that they kind of saved CyberKongz for last. They have a lot of respect for our community and what we've built. And they wanted us to sort of be the grand finale. So, yeah, I think that's an interesting thing they're doing over there.
I'm really looking. I haven't got a Kong to bite at the moment. I've got a VX. I'm building up to everything else because I love what you guys are doing. I'm really looking forward to that. So I just want to shout it out because there's a lot of talk about the play to earn, the play to collect, everything what's going on at the moment. And yeah, I think that's just it's a massive project. And yeah, I hope you managed to get Aussie on Friday, because I think you're leading the spaces with those guys, aren't you?
I believe Boggs and I and Huda are going on their spaces, and if Inverted can make it, he's a busy guy, but yeah, we will be on their spaces on Friday. I don't know the exact time, but I'll definitely put it out there what time it is.
Nice one. No, I'll just keep up the good work, and thanks guys. And Inverted, next time I'll do a halftime show, I'll give you a shout for my opening gig.
All right, appreciate that, man. Thanks for coming up and the questions.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks, Mr. C. Inflict, you are up, my friend. Actually, so we have a lot of people that I think got booted and are coming back up, so it might take a second to re-add them. Let's give it a second here. And actually, I guess while we're waiting, Adam, if you are up, you are up. Ask your question, then we'll come back to Inflict. And if Adam's not ready, Inflict, if you're ready, go ahead with a question.
I don't really have a question, just more sharing excitement. I feel like P&K is going to change the space yet again. Everything that you guys have been doing has just been phenomenal. I'm very excited, and I like nanners. So,
dude, I love that.
We love you too, Inflict. Thanks for coming up, man. Appreciate you and everything you do.
Likewise.
And I agree with you, bro. I really do think P&K is going to change some things in the scene. I'm of course I'm excited about it. So yeah, thanks for coming up. Great to see you. Adam, you got your hand up. If you're did you have something else to add, Inflict?
I want just to ask a question if I can.
Yeah, of course.
A question about CyberKongz new. If you have some new ideas about the project, like like the new babies, the new generation of CyberKongz? No, you got me. That's my question.
Right. Yeah. So, there's no new collection being announced at this point. The team has made it very clear that, that's not off the table for the future. There's a lot down the road for CyberKongz. Right now, the most recent announcement is the Play and Collect announcement, which is it's a game of sorts, an on-chain game where you're going to be yielding charms with your babies. You're going to be sending your VX Kongs on adventures, leveling them up, getting NFT rewards from committing the assets you get, or the yield you get from those adventures. You'll be able to commit your Kongium, which is what you get for going on adventures. You'll be able to collect bananas from the banana prize pool by using that. It's really a gamified minting experience that's sort of laying the foundation and groundwork for all sorts of things to come. And so, as someone who's like not on the internal team, I'm always like sitting here, theorizing what these things could be used for. But if you really think about it, this whole new play to collect experience can be utilized in so many different ways down the road. I mean, first of all, they've invented a new locking mechanism. Rather than staking assets, you can lock them where you maintain custody, but get all the same, benefits or experiences from staking that you would normally. But your assets stay in your custody; they don't go to some other contract. And there's a lot of interesting ways that you could use something like that. I think that's going to have a massive ripple effects in the entire ecosystem. And then next to that, the actual play to collect system. It's amazing when you think about it. This is a gamified minting experience. So if CyberKongz decides to release other actual collections, they could very well potentially be done through this mechanism. So right now, there's no new collections coming per se. There are the collections technically for the Charmz, which Babies will be generating. But yeah, it's not. We're not announcing, Babies 2.0 or something like that at this point.
I want to also kind of like give a little insight of kind of things that to be expected if we ever do a new release collection in the future. Because one of the things I'm trying to solve, well, we are all trying to solve really, is how frustrating minting experiences are today. I personally wanted to buy what they called Carafurus. Great project, really cool. But there was a massive gas war. 16,000 gas gwei were used to mint, and those were all bots. I couldn't buy any. And they were like 0.5. This is extremely frustrating, and I would assume it's the same for many other people. And so one of the other frustrating things is another project, which I'll say, but only for the example, is Invisible Friends. It looks very fun, very promising, but all the whitelists were taken. And it's very frustrating when you come to a project and because I don't know, you're early, you're young to the whole crowd, and it's very hard to get into something. And so one of the things that we would probably do in the future, at least for our collection, is a catered experience for a bit of all those groups. So, out of like a X amount of collections being, delivered to people, a certain amount would be to engage holders who've participated with the Play and Collect experience. Maybe, for example, you'll be able to buy a mint pass that allows you to mint a new NFT for free. Maybe there's going to be some whitelists also where, we'll give some to some trusted friends, trusted partners, give them out in Discord. And so people who come this way, they get their share. We will also have a public sale, for example. And I'm not going to share the secret just yet. In the future, you will, but I haven't seen that NFT space. But I think I have a great way to make public sales fair for everyone, and there's no gas wars. I know I can do it, and it will put it on CyberKongz. And the last one is people like bots, of course. Some like to show their skills, and we'll most likely also have a little amount of, NFTs left for those specific users where you're like, yes, spend as much as you want, but it'll be for a small amount. My view is if you cater for everyone a bit, everyone's kind of happy, and so the overall experience will be better. So all those things, this is kind of the type of thing that we try to think at Kongs, where we need to cater for everyone, but also need to make it fair for everyone. So, hopefully in the future, if we do issue a new collection or a new system, you'll be able to get in because there will be a path for you into this new project.
Well said, Owl. Adam, does that help answer your question?
I just want to tell you that thank you very much, guys. I swear that you gave me a lot of information, and I like the new project of the new game. Like I really like this new NFT game.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for coming up to ask that. I'm sure there were other people that were wondering that, so thanks for being the guy that asked it. Kevin, how are you?
Yo, doing good. Super quick question. Want to try to pick up a couple bananas. Probably not going to buy too many. Was wondering if banana will also be on Polygon, such that I'd be paying Polygon gas, not ETH gas.
So the question is if banana will be on Poly. Short answer, yes.
Easy enough. Thank you much.
Of course.
And Jenny Kongs, if you're in the crowd, if you don't know this, you will still claim your bananas on mainnet. And then if you want to use them in the P&K, you'll bridge them over to Polygon. Just in case somebody, wasn't sure if we were going to be claiming them on Polygon, Jenny Kongs will be claiming on mainnet. So, yeah, thanks for coming up, Kevin. Did I have that right inverted, or did I misspeak on that?
No, you're good. I was just gonna do a summation too of like what was gonna be bridge and what wasn't. So VX will be able to go back and forth. Banana can go back and forth, and then shards will go one way, and then Charmz generated on Poly. Past that, nothing else should be moving. We'll say.
Okay, that makes total sense. So basically, Charmz can go both ways. No, shards can go over to Polygon. Charmz can come over to mainnet, or they will stay on Polygon.
Charmz will be generated and stay on Poly as of now.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Hey, Kevin, thanks for coming up and asking that question. There are a few other people that are requesting. I can't tell. It looks like they're still connecting. But if any of you are actually connected, whether that's Inflict or Sefin or Origami, feel free to ask a question.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, Inflict.
Or we'll just keep looking at the little connected loading sign. Okay, so
Henry, they're talking.
Henry.
Oh, how weird! I can't hear them.
Yeah, maybe leave and come back or something. We got Sefin. Sorry.
Yeah, Sefin. Thank you.
Sefin. There we go.
Yeah, just one quick question. First of all, congratulations on the project. It's a dope project. It was the first time I seen a utility that you guys have as far as with the bananas, and that was super dope. A question off of what Al said. I know he was saying something about a new system he was trying to get together. When you do get that together, Al, like how do you go about when you do discover a new utility? How do you protect it, or is it open for anybody to do after you do it?
Open for everyone. I mean, that's kind of the rules of the game. Competition drives innovation, and what makes us keep on being on edge is we push new things, and we also observe new projects that come up with their own implementations, and then there's no shame in using them if they're goods. There's a Pernilop Country Club, so PCC. I think they're a great project because there's some of those projects out there that really do push, and there's way more. Like I could like enumerate so many, but their idea of having ENS subdomains attached to NFTs, that's their idea, and it's like, hey, I'll do it as well, and we did our own version of it. But when we are pushing out something new, I fully expect that it may be taken by other projects, but that's okay, because at the end of the day, we have the rep of pushing those, and then everything in the space is about trust and reputation. So if we show people that we're here to make cool things, then in the long term, people will stay with us because they know we'll be making cool shit all the time.
Cool. Bringing the real value. Okay, I get it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming up, man. I appreciate your time.
I have a question about you guys making the decision to bridge to Polygon. I know you guys are innovators in the space and really push the boundaries and come up with things first. I would just like to hear about what went into you all making the decision to branch over to Polygon.
I'll take it. The idea here was simply because Sandbox is doing a migration on Polygon, and we could have went on other chains, and but the idea that it's better to be on Polygon simply because there will be this integration with them on Sandbox. It just made it natural for us to be like, okay, we need to go into new chain for this play and collect experience regardless. Let's choose the one that is most convenient for us, and this one is Polygon. Because Sandbox is there, we'll have the VX there, and potentially new collections as well of upcoming things. And that's pretty much the reason here. Had Sandbox gone on to something else like Oasis or XDive for whatever reason, we would have been there most likely. It's just because they're our biggest partner right now, and a place where we'll be able to, or users will be able to flex with their VX. So that's pretty much one of the main reasons. But at the end of the day, we're not dependent on Sandbox. That's one thing to be very clear about. Our success is not dependent on them. We can always integrate in various places as well. But the transition was very natural for us to go into Polygon.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming up. Inflict, I don't know if you have another question. I know you re-requested, so if you do, please go ahead, my friend.
Yes, sir. I think that this might be a question that other people may have that kind of piqued my thought. Is everything going to work comfortably with Trezor and Ledger devices?
Yes, sir. Our in-house dev Clumsier, which is leading the effort of creating the websites, we use MetaMask. MetaMask works perfectly well with Ledger and Trezor on Chrome, at least. So at least on this side, you should be good to go. There are no weird interactions. So as long as you've always been able to use it with Trezor and Ledger, should be all fine. I personally have Ledger with all my babies and other Kong assets, and claiming and transferring things has been fine with testing. So it should be good for you as well, hopefully.
Perfect. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you again for coming up. So, guys, we are at the 1 hour mark, and we wanted to try to keep this tight for you guys. So I just want to wrap it up by saying, first off, thank you all for coming here. Second off, if you're a Genesis Kong, while we do have additional time to claim bananas, I'm pretty sure it makes it a little bit easier on the team if we claim our bananas as close to the end of the window as possible. So check in Discord, because the timestamp on the announcement will reflect your time zone. So let's try to do that for the team if we can. And for everybody that's a CyberKong, this week is such a big step for us. Let's show the team support. Super, super excited to get this thing going. If you're new to our ecosystem and you want more information, please come in our Discord. Like, we love chatting with you guys. We love answering questions. So come in, ask questions. There is a new public channel in our Discord called P&K. It's for like play and collect. So come into our Discord. We'll be chatting about it in there. I guarantee you, once this launches, we will have some people doing Twitch streams. We will definitely spin up spaces again. But congrats to the team on all of this. Thank you to Inverted, Owl, Boggs, and of course, a huge thank you to Mio for starting all of this. So hope you guys have an amazing week. Boggs, Inverted, Owl, anything left to say?
No, just very excited. March 3rd, everyone mark your calendars. That is both the 1-year anniversary of CyberKongz and the release of Play and Collect. So it's going to be a huge day. I'm going to make sure my banana bags are packed so I can go on a healthy amount of adventures. get your babies ready, get your VX ready. I've been picking up VX nonstop even now. There's some nice deals to be had out there. So just very excited for everything that's to come.
Yeah, same. I'd love to leak, but I think Coco will lock me in his dungeon once again. So I'll be nice and nice Kong and shut my mouth.
Oh, Owl. I will say that I'll personally know that I'll be in there on in Discord on the 3rd, doing some runs on stream, answering questions, kind of vibing out. So if anybody has anything or wants to just come hang, feel free to stop by.
Dude, awesome. Again, thank you all for coming. We'll have another spaces here in about a week. Hope the week goes great for you, and keep on Konging. Ooh.